Well, isn't that chess, Nika?
Chess, folks.
Them beforehand,
That's
and
chess.
they're okay with it. So
Yeah, that's fair. With the catchphrase, that's chess.
my life.
That's chess.
You know what they say, John? That's chess.
That's. I mean, clearly he didn't agree, but that is chess.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, that is. That's chess.
As always, you can catch mine and Nick's podcast about That's Chess on Tuesday evenings. Available straight after the John and Ralph matchup, actually.
Is this like your hook? Is every other line is just fake news?
No. It's chess is other favorite line.
Yeah, you alternate between the two of them.
Is any of this true? Well, that's chess.
I'm glad.
That is chess. During games, I mean, that's chess. Sadly, that's chess, but there you go. Wolves, and you may have guessed the title already.
That's chess. That's chess.
A bit of a tricky one for Joe to figure out what to do. What the computer's suggesting is this E5 move, which is going to crack open the centre that White's developed for himself. And he's got quite a strong defensive line with his pawns, and the only piece that he's not defended that well is this bishop. So that move, and he does it. So he's found the best move, and it's going to cause Mark to probably retreat with the bishop, or indeed take with the pawn, but then pawn recaptures and he's in the same sort of problem. Now, I've got my first pog, so thank you for that. If we can just farm all of the memes in the chat, that'd be great. Okay, that's a bad mistake. He's now down material. He's done a queen exchange, which he's going to have retaken with the rook, and then he's got this very dangerous D column right here, which is not going to be too good for White. He now can't even castle because it's being blocked by the rook. So he went from quite a solid starting position to now being in a little bit of trouble. So he's now going to have to figure out how to defend this position. And he's just blundered another piece, which is slightly unfortunate. Alright, seems like the attack's starting to happen. So he's got this check, and he can't retreat into that direction, so he's going to have to retreat over here. He also can't take the piece, which would be the other option that you usually have. So presumably Black will follow up by moving the knight again, and then he'll have discovered check on the king. Yeah, so now he's checked, and that's a lost rook. So the story is getting significantly worse. Yeah, you can see the idea on this one, and just trying to kick away this bishop that's on quite a dangerous diagonal. It also means that this bishop's going to have a tougher time trying to defend this square, which is the knight's only escape. Oh, yeah, okay, I just completely missed that was a mate in one. There you go. Bishop and the queen, so that wasn't really a problem.
I'm only fine moving the bishop later today, but it seems quite slow.
Oh, okay, that's not so
Oh,
good.
this queen, this bishop, and this knight.
So B takes h6 is the idea, and he finds it, and now he's threatening checkmate on the g7 square.
Yeah, and the pawn can't take back because
precisely. So he's going to have to think quite hard about how to get out of this, and the suggestions from the computer are basically move the pawn forward, Either of those two squares will do it, but either way you're not in a good
You're
situation.
in big trouble, right? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
it
Absolutely.
looks so dangerous.
Impressive on Joe to spot that move, that bishop taking the pawn on h6 and can't be taken back. So it's very, very impressed.
Yeah.
And it's mate in 1.
Can you find it?
Takes g7. He should find this, given that this is his entire plan.
He just slides the queen straight up.
Mm-hmm. He's thinking about it and he goes for it, and that's game. Have you been playing chess for a while, or are you fairly new to the game? Or?
I just started during the first lockdown, basically. And just been playing it loads. So I've played about nearly 1,500 games on chess.com now. So I've just been really going for it.
Yeah.
Grinding.
I've become quite addicted to it. It's very addictive. So I haven't really been improving as much as I'd like, to be honest.
Cool. So what sort of rating
You
did
kind
you
of find
start
you got
out
to 1,200 and then kind of stuck there, or
Yeah, I found that around 1,000. I got stuck around 1,000 for ages, and it was just really hard to get past 1,000. And once I did, sort of went rocketed up again, and then now I'm just plateaued. I can't really seem to get any further than 1,200 really.
did you do anything special to move from 1,000 up to 1,200?
I started learning. The start opening that I played there was the English opening.
Yeah, we spotted that.
So I studied that a bit, and then because it's a bit of a weird opening, quite a few people don't know how to play against it, but I get found out as soon as someone knows how to play against it. I just got to play it.
Yeah, so I'm Mark. I found out about this through you, John, given that I work with you. And I have not played 1,500 games on chess.com. In fact, this was my 5th game on chess.com. I have played a bit of chess in the past. I mean, I know I know what the moves are of each piece.
Yeah.
Don't know any openings, don't know any names. I never have a plan. I just kind of do things based on what the pieces can do. I'm like, yeah, the horse can move there. That feels like somewhere I should put the horse.
I think you're beating yourself up a little bit, because some of the moves that you played were actually quite good. I thought.
I mean, that was pure coincidence.
Maybe you're good at instincts, but you're sort of falling into these traps that you get from learning a bit of theory.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just get very aggressive and I trade more than I should. I saw the queen trade in the first game and was like, wow, this feels like a good idea. And it just all went to shit immediately after.
Yeah, the problem with that one, unfortunately I can't get it up for the people on the stream, but as soon as you did that queen trade, you had that D column completely wide open and it stopped you from being able to castle queenside, and it opened up this very deadly attack that Joe was able to perform. I'm not sure how it's going to cope with 2 cameras. Yes, we're getting some funny stuff on the stream. They can see both of you at least, except for now both of your names are Matt. So
Fine, I'm fine with that.
That's right, I'll change my name. What you're really threatening here is just trading things, which isn't up idea.
Oh.
So,
What's the idea? Take with the pawn, and then I think that is the idea, isn't it? Take with the pawn, and then does that force the queen trade? Because it's not pinned if the pawn takes, which is making
you take with the pawn. You're also pinning the bishop to the queen, and the bishop's under attack from the other bishop as well.
So
basically
of course.
One bishop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if you take there, then this rook's got an attack as well. Yeah, that's a very good point. Oh, okay. not updated it even more. I need to change the score. I've already given 2 points to Josh apparently. He hasn't earned
I mean,
hasn't earned so far.
should take those.
If he does end up winning this 2-0, then I'll have to ask you guys in chat to apologise and just accept that I can see the future.
Oh, that removes all of the advantage.
Yeah, no longer having that pin on the or potential pin on the bishop. So now it's gone back to
I
even
assume
Stevens.
the logic is to try and attack black's pawn with the rook now, but that is too late.
He should just go for it and attack with the pawn. Oh, apparently he's now hanging mate in
says
3.
Engine.
Anyone find it?
I
Okay,
see
go
it's
for it.
queen f7 check as the beginning.
Okay,
Um,
and
f7 check, queen f8 check, rook takes mate.
The king's stuck in the corner.
oh my life, that's what the vision is, and it's gone. It's
We've
gone.
done another
Oh no. Oh, it's back again. Mason won. It's Mason won.
Queen f8, go, come on.
Oh no. Oh, he's tunnel visioned on this centre, and he's not looking at what he has in front of him, which is a very exposed black king. White is very low on time, which is probably the explanation for why he didn't spot those checkmates. If he did take a good 15 seconds, he may have spotted that actually black's got this very exposed king, but all the time that he took earlier in the match is now coming back to bite him.
I wonder if he just does, if he's got tunnel vision so much he can't see it. And
Yeah,
probably a
it's
bold attack would potentially work.
potentially the case.
We found it.
Come on, one further square. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah, he's almost there. He's almost there. Black only has the one move here, so taking up your time isn't going to help you anymore.
If I'm honest, I quite enjoy the bad manners. Oh, okay. Well,
And it's game over. Okay, well he did get it eventually, third time lucky. Missed it twice, but yeah, got there eventually, and that's all that matters. We've got the same opening that we had last game. Just
I love it when they
colours
do things
colours reversed. So clearly they liked it last time.
what I could do is push his pawn up 2 more and then he gets 4 pawns in a row, which we all know if we win the game.
Maybe Nick's thinking, if I just don't hang my king like last time.
Yeah.
Ouch. He finds that the bishop was just left hanging. It's going to be a lot harder for White to catch up now. He's saying that the losers bracket is going to be a bloodbath. I think I agree. It's going to be quite tough. Lots of interesting people in there, and
Boo.
that is a massive shift.
Here.
So I can't see this actually. What's going on here? Queen takes e6. Oh, that's potentially quite nasty. Yeah, sorry, what was that, Matt?
I was just saying it looks pretty threatening over here.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So
The advantage is gone. It was only dangerous if he spotted that queen takes e6 move. Any other move, and it would be back down to neutral.
yes, then he can win with check on the knight maybe. And no, then I just get taken.
Yeah, I think the reason why that is so dangerous is because this d file rook is going to have quite a lot of synergy with the queen in quite an advanced square like that.
Oh, but he can do the same thing again.
Yeah, same option. Same option. It very well could be that neither player spots this the entire game, and we'll just see the boss swinging every single turn. question is, and he spots it.
Yes.
He spots it.
Taking it,
Well
nice.
done.
Oh,
It's going to be hard for Josh, which is quite interesting, because if Nick manages to pull this off and win this game, we will have our first tiebreaker of the competition.
Let's see the correct move, please.
I think this one's quite hard to spot, and any other move won't be nearly as good, but the advantage will still be quite high. So the idea here is that... Actually, Ralph, do you know it?
I assume it's knight takes f6 check. The bishop can't move because it's pinned by the queen. If the knight moves, beautiful. Then the queen can be taken.
He did take it, and there's a possibility of Mason 1 here if he moves the king to f8, which is, and he does. Mason 1 if he moves the bishop to h6, and the question is, does he spot it? It's not the most obvious checkmate.
I mean, maybe he's going to tank on the moving the queen.
Yeah, very, very possible. But if he takes his
And he's
time,
taking his time. He's got a long time to go. He knows us.
he has 7 whole minutes to come up with this move, and now is the time to really invest.
Take your time, yeah.
All on the edge of our seats. He finds it.
Found it. That's great.
That is
Well done.
classy. That is incredibly classy.
Well, that is a very nice checkmate.
Yeah,
So the one opportunity he had after giving away a piece. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Committing to casting on the queen side, though you'll see that his own queen is not on the same side as his opponent's king, so it's not going to be involved in any attack. Whereas,
And,
yes,
he's forking,
that's such a good move.
Lovely move. And no matter what.
Yeah, and that's gone. And I think that was the correct move, because now he needs to switch his queen over to sort of F to H side of the board, so that he can do some sort of attack towards Black's king. So I think I agree with that move. Oh, that's blundering the bishop.
Even though I take the bishop. Yeah.
Yeah, now he can't trade a queen for a rook,
Nice.
because that's not going to be any good. So that's quite a crafty little move there, and
And
he's
then he's lost the queen.
he's lost
the...
yeah. That good point. It was check. So he didn't lose it quite at that point.
Yeah.
But certainly
All the pieces are disappearing now.
he's in a bad way, and that wasn't a bad move. He's pinning the black rook that's next to the king, but it's not going to do much against help.
Ooh.
Oh, even.
Yeah,
Now everything's done.
that was
That's
excellent. That was excellent by Nick. Well done to him for spotting that tactic.
Taking advantage of having all of the time in this game.
Yes, and Josh only 12 seconds. He only gains 1 second per move. He's
But you
stubborn.
need to all the pieces. You know? Maybe you
yeah.
can just move the pawn all the way down and take
Yeah, certainly he has some attacking ideas, and Nick
We
should
really need
be.
to see some free moves here.
I wonder if he's got them turned on.
Yeah, Nick should be using his time to try and come up with some tricky moves that causes Josh to think. I think that would be the best use of his time, rather than good moves, just tricky ones.
Now this white pawn is very close to...
Yeah, indeed. And they both have the same idea, but I guess Black can just start advancing the other... Oh!
It's time.
And he won it on time. Despite having a disadvantage, he won it on time. That was crazy.
Well, I mean, we need to...
And he has over a minute left. It tells you something. He's clearly got a talent for these very fast games. Yeah, it's very, very close matches all throughout, and I'm actually impressed with both of you for getting some very beautiful checkmates in each of the first 2 games.
Oh, thanks, man.
We do it for the fans.
Yeah, we just wanted to go out there and put on a good show, I think.
Yeah,
Exactly.
massive fan service.
You fought hard, you fought clean.
Was it that there are quite a lot of complicated moves, Josh, or is 3 minutes quite tough time constraints?
Yeah, 3 minutes is brutal, man, and you get sucked into the game, and then it's just like you're trying to look at all 64 squares and look at the clock. It's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we were obviously both playing the London, and I have no idea how to play against it. Like I play it, but I have no idea how to.
That was the opening in all 3 games, and you're saying that you don't know how to play against it.
I don't. That's so good to uncover some weaknesses in my
That's
game.
why he plays it.
Well, it's unbeatable.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to beat. It's a good opening. So.
First game, you had a checkmate victory by going onto the back rank, forcing the king into the corner, and then just following up.
Yeah.
Did you realise that you had that situation 3 times and you only just spotted it on the 3rd time?
Well, of course, now I realise that. No, of course, I didn't realise, or I would have gone for it. So I guess I was freaking out. I was like styling on him. No, I was freaking out because my king was under some heavy pressure at the time. So
yeah,
I was getting that tunnel vision.
And I recall actually that you were quite low on time on that match as well. You had under a minute.
Time, yeah, I had a bit of a squeeze.
Yeah, but thankfully you caught that, so you had that tactic just in the nick of time. Going onto the f7 square, forcing the king into the corner, and then following up with a checkmate. So
it was a very satisfying one. So I can take that away.
Certainly, chat enjoyed that one a lot.
Nice.
What does the writing in the corner say?
Which corner?
Of your Twitch stream.
It's in the
right.
top right corner. So that's Japanese katakana, and it says CJ no Chessu Tournamento, or CJ's chess tournament.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a weeb, if you haven't noticed. I literally have no idea what I'm looking at. It's probably good, but I think it looks disgusting.
This is the modern opening, my friend.
Is it? Then maybe I should know it.
Yes. Give up the pawn center so that you can place your pieces on squares that attack the center without committing your pawns there quite yet.
Oh, interesting. I suppose sort of thematically, because white starts first, they've got a kind of aggressive advantage, so it maybe makes sense for black to have a defensive structure like this.
But he is putting Mark under some pressure here. There's lots of places in life can't go.
Yeah, and he's decided to put it on the rim, and as the old chess poem goes, the night on the rim is dim. So
I thought it was a sin, but
it's also a sin.
Not a very nice setup to be having as white. That bishop's now stuck. Oh, okay, never mind.
Why do you say never mind?
The white knight doesn't have any moves, so
no, it can't
the
go
bishop
here.
was stuck defending it as long as the black bishop was attacking it, but that's no longer happening.
Yeah. I see.
The game keeps going like this. I think Killian's time advantage might amount to something.
That's a very fair comment. He's not even used a minute, and Mark's almost used 3. Oh, that's not good. Is it a trapped queen? Is that what the problem is?
That's a nice move.
So he can escape to b7. Though that's not doing much good because the rook's protected by black's queen, so it's not really an attacking move. It's more of a save your bacon kind of move. That also works, but yeah. Yeah, and now white's defense in front of the king is broken. So there's some potential in the future for some attacks on the white king on the right side of the board. Not sure what that's achieving.
is a very peculiar move. That is very nice.
That is a very strong move. White can't take it because then that's losing a queen, and it's sort of setting up an attack on any of these three squares. F4, G3 and H2.
I assume taking it is the best move.
Well, we can check that. Yeah, you're right, actually. It was the best move. But in hoping to save his queen, he is hanging mate in 1. Yeah, taking on the H2 pawn. He doesn't see it, though.
He didn't see it.
He didn't see it.
Or maybe he's trying.
Yeah, these 1300 rated players, and they can't see mate in 1, you know. Now he sees it. He was just playing with us. Alright, well that was... I'd like to say that was balanced, but I think it was actually fairly one-sided, that game. The advantage was just...
quite well, did he not?
He did fairly well at the beginning, but the advantage was just slowly accumulating in favour of black after a while. Knight on the rim is what, Matt?
It's a sin.
It's a sin. It's pretty good according to Ralph. That's not great.
I'm gonna guess White's next move here.
Yeah, I think it very well could be capturing queen. That is quite unfortunate, and it's doubly bad because it has a tempo on the H7 pawn. So yeah, just extra pieces into the attack is not what you want. Also discovered attack on the knight.
Lots of issues with that.
Killian is thinking about it though, so
Maybe he's tunnel vision into.
Well, yeah, I think for Mark's sake.
The pawn, maybe. Oh, he's taking it.
Has he?
I think. Or no, maybe that was my guess.
Oh, right. He didn't go for it.
Oh.
But that's...
Fair enough.
That is fair enough.
That's still alright.
Yeah, because the attack on the queen is still there. Because he has to deal with the check first. Yeah, now he takes it.
There we go.
And
So which way is thinking you're going?
yeah,
Forward,
if he comes forward, the queen takes the knight, and then the white knight's protected. So, yeah, I think this is just bad news all around. I think.
Yeah. Although I think you do need to be brave in these kind of situations. Good.
Well,
Take the initiative.
The king's a very important piece that can move in all directions. Quite powerful. So good attacking weapon.
According to the computer, we have mate in 8, but that's going to be quite difficult to find, and that wasn't the move.
That was not
it would have been better to bring the queen out, whereas now that knight's just hanging.
I think Killian's made this a lot harder for himself than it had to be.
Yeah, I think I agree. And you know, a move like you know, queen at f7 doesn't work because you know, after all the trading, the king can take the final rook. So that'd actually be excellent for Mark, but it doesn't happen.
Until now.
And he finds it. Yeah.
I'm Killian. I've been playing chess on and off for a few years. Yeah, go through like times of playing it and just not playing it for a long time.
Yeah.
But I do mostly play Blitz games, which is why my time I don't use much time generally.
Yeah, I did spot that you played an ungodly amount of Blitz games. It was like 6,000 or something ridiculous like that.
Oh, is it that much already?
Oh my god.
It's a lot, man. Not gonna lie.
I'm Mark. Yeah, we got invited to this tournament, so I thought I should probably learn how to play chess. Did that, and here we are.
Did you play much
in
chess as a kid, or not really?
I knew how to play, but in terms of all the tactics and stuff, no idea.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of people are sort of in that situation, like how the pieces move, but openings and all that sort of stuff is quite foreign. Certainly it was to me as well. So, certainly going back to the opening of the first game, we had an opening that I was completely unfamiliar with, and actually even Ralph said that he wasn't very familiar with it either.
Okay.
So yeah, that's quite a tricky one.
I meant to go to D4 or D5, and my mouse slipped and ended up on D6 or whatever it was. So I was like, I'll just play this opening, I guess.
I didn't have a clue.
Oh, that's amazing.
Luckily, I didn't make any other slips.
We all thought that it was legitimate because your rating's so high.
No. I was going for a Scandinavian. Fuck that up.
So I think I spotted in the other chat that you'd already started looking at your who you may be going up against. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm up against Nick. Right?
Yes, that's right. And Mark, you may be going against me if I lose my next game.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
The host.
Exciting times, yeah.
You want to do a takedown of the host? Is that your ambition?
I would love that. I was throwing that game. I wanted to be against you anyway. So
John, if someone beats you, do they become the host?
That should be how it works. I just give away my Twitch
that
channel.
Should be.
Yeah,
definitely.
What on earth is this? What on earth is this move? Right, okay, I'm just going to do what I'm comfortable with, as I do not know what that is at all. Interesting. What's that doing? Right, let's think this through. If he does that, you can't block it. So then he has to escape or something, and then he loses his right to castle. Is that good for me? It feels marginal. Actually, I feel like that might be okay. I haven't just blundered this, have I? So what I'm thinking is if he does this, bishop there, and I take his queen. So he should move here. And yeah, there's nothing, he can't move his knight to block it, or his bishop. No moves, no pawns to block it either, so he has to move his king. Actually, was that checkmate? Did I just miss checkmate? No, yeah, he had that move. Okay, I didn't miss that then. I don't really want to be taking his knight because that's just helping him. So I think I won't do that. I'd quite like to crack open his defense a little bit though. If I do that, he takes with his king. That feels good. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he's going for that. Yeah, I think I can take. And that will simplify things, I think, in my favour. And then I take with the pawn. And he takes, I take, he takes, and now we're in this situation. I can maybe try something like that. No, that's terrible. What am I thinking? Oh, that looks good for me. So checking his king, attacking his rook. So I think I should be able to kind of wrap up after this. It's just making sure I don't make mistakes from here on out. Oh, is he trying to stalemate? Oh, that's clever. Okay. Right, I just got to make sure that I check him every turn. And okay, yeah, I think this is done now. Can go this way. Yeah, I've got to give him credit though, for not giving up. Yeah, that's quite admirable actually. Hold on. If I do something like that, he takes. The idea being that, right? Let's give it a go. Why not? See what he comes up with. How do I feel about that? How do I feel about that? Am I just trapping my queen if I go here? Maybe. What else could he do? No other blocking moves, so just move his king here. I think I'm okay with the trade. Well, that looks like a free pawn. That looks like a fork. That's protected there, so now we can save this pawn. Actually, do we even want to? Probably not. I think just progress it. Yeah, no, actually that would have been hanging, so it's best that we save that one. Would I trade? Okay, if I do this, he takes, I take, he takes, and I get a queen. Yeah. Okay, so let's not stalemate here. I did and he takes, yeah, okay. That makes it a lot easier. Then here, and I think it's checkmate either way. It depends whether he moves his pawn or whatever. Yeah, okay, checkmate. Cool.
Let me interject there. Johnny is East Sussex champion chess, champion, county champion. So, you know, Johnny is a slight favourite going into this game, and then there could be a John matchup.
I think you might have had a case of mistaken identity there, actually. You know, sorry to interrupt you and all that, but I think you made me think of Ralph and not Johnny.
Well, I've heard rumours of Johnny's you know, John. I mean, it's an interesting tactic to play down your prospective competitor, but I've heard Johnny
not very
has
humble of
some
me.
very, very sneaky moves up his sleeve.
Yeah, certainly.
He's Johnny the Sneak after all. You know, they all call him Johnny the Sneak.
Well, isn't that chess, Nick? Huh?
Chess, folks.
So, how confident were you going into the tie against your old friend John?
I'm the only person I played chess with in the last couple of years was a game I played with John, and he won. So it was almost certain he'd win.
Wait, we played a game together.
Yeah, Johnny's house, maybe after the Greek restaurant.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, John clearly won by such a landslide. He hasn't even remembered it.
Oh, no, that's just my poor memory.
It's quite tough. We all get sluggish after a good Greek meal, so...
Who doesn't love a good Greek gyros, huh? Then again, a chess.
The Greeks know how to make food.
Yeah.
And thank you to our Greek sponsors. Gyros.
Thank you to the Greek gyros.
Yeah, so it looks like Vid's going to be up against Mark Leith.
Oh, very nice.
Well, we have Mark Leith on the line over here. Mark,
Oh,
what do you think about your potential matchup?
Nick, I think you're right. Let's bring him in.
Hello. Yeah. So yeah, just heard it. It's me and Vidur next round. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah. You know,
Will
that tough first round.
It's gonna be a good one.
I think it's gonna be a good one. Both that tough first rounds, probably hard done by with the draws. I'd say could both be in the main draw. So you know, high quality.
Wow. Big claims from Mark here.
Yeah.
You saying that the draw was rigged?
Well, I'm not saying it was a fix, but
Okay, well, it looks like Mark there. I think Mark's gone. Anyway, the draw is legitimate. We have to, again say that for our sponsors. Thank you very much.
We have a quarter-final match actually. It's the first quarter-final. It's going to be Ronan against the winner of the first match of that day, Andrew and Matthew.
Wow, the first matchup has a potential, second game ahead of them. Wow.
Yes,
So nice for the wicked.
I did check with each of them beforehand, and they're okay with it. So.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, indeed. And the final match of the day is Adrito versus Sean.
Match of the day 2 is on.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday evening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunday!
Yeah.
You
No,
two
why
make
don't you just
a
get
great
that
radio
late?
duo.
Yeah, so we're making a chess radio from now on, right? Chess radio show
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
with the catchphrase "That's
Yeah,
chess."
the question for the next. Who loves chess?
Don't we all, Nick? Don't we all?
You know what I love with chess? Greek restaurants.
Thanks to our
You
Gyros.
are heroes.
Why don't you check your mate and check out the Greek? Yep, it's Greek time. Thanks, everyone.
Check out that Greek opening.
Thanks, Gillian. Well, on our next episode, we'll find out what is chess.
Yes.
Cool. Well, when you're airing, I'm really excited to catch the show.
And spoiler alert, that is.
Give it away, Killian.
That's chess.
As always, you can catch mine and Nick's podcast about That's Chess on Tuesday evenings. Available straight after the John and Ralph matchup, actually. So tune into that, listeners. Please.
Available on LimeWire exclusively.
Also available with a premium couch tuner and Movies 123 subscription.
Is this like your hook? Is every other line is just fake news?
No. It's chess is other line.
Yeah, you alternate between the two of them.
Is any of this true? Well, that's chess. Actually, John, let's get some insightful questions here. We haven't had many. How are your stress levels? You know, were you sweating, your heart rate? What was going through your mind?
Check your Fitbit. Do the graph with it.
So during the games or during the stream?
During the games, I mean, that's chess.
In life.
Very smooth here.
That is so smooth, I'm impressed. Were you actually a radio announcer in your past life?
This
Oh,
is
no.
like one, Jesus Christ.
I've dabbled. I've dabbled, John.
He's the one that you get at like 4 in the morning that no one listens to.
Alright.
It's called, and you may have guessed the title already. It's
That's chess.
Chess.